The desperate signal. The dying light. The azure skies of Kepler 7b turned crimson with fire as another plasma barrage tore through the crystalline city below. High Chronicler Valeth pressed her four-fingered hand against the observation dome, watching her people's thousand-year civilization crumble under the relentless assault of the Korthak marauders. Shield integrity at 18%, announced Sub-Chronicler Joran, his melodic voice cracking with exhaustion. The Etherian people had evolved in low-gravity environments, their delicate, semi-transparent bodies designed for gathering solar radiation rather than warfare. Their elongated limbs and gossamer-thin membranes that served as both wings and solar collectors made them artists, philosophers, and explorers, never warriors. "How many evacuation pods remain?" Valeth asked, her bioluminescent patches flickering with distress. In the fading light of their twin suns, her people's natural glow seemed dimmer, as if reflecting their dying hope. 7, High Chronicler. Each can carry 50 souls. We have over 3,000 still awaiting evacuation. The mathematics of extinction hung heavy in the air. Valeth's secondary eyes, smaller orbs that detected electromagnetic frequencies, registered another wave of Korthak fighters descending through the atmosphere. Their ships were crude but effective, built for pillaging rather than elegance. The Korthak themselves were silicon-based lifeforms, evolved on a heavy-gravity world where might determined survival. To them, the peaceful Etherians were nothing more than resources to be harvested. Earth's silent vigil 12 light-years away, listening post Sigma floated in the void between Neptune and the Kuiper Belt. Lieutenant Colonel Sarah Chen nursed her 5th cup of coffee as she reviewed the night's sensor logs. After 15 years of monitoring deep space for any sign of intelligent life, the routine had become almost meditative. The alarm changed everything. "Colonel," Specialist Marcus Rodriguez shot up from his station. "We're receiving a structured signal on multiple frequencies. It's using prime number sequences." Chen's coffee mug hit the desk with a clatter. "Verify authentication protocols, rule out natural phenomena." "Already done, ma'am. This is artificial. And Colonel..." Rodriguez's voice dropped to a whisper. "It's a distress call." The main screen flickered to life, displaying wave patterns that gradually resolved into something impossible. An alien face, elongated, ethereal, with large eyes that seemed to hold the weight of dying stars. When it spoke, the universal translator struggled before finding the mathematics hidden in the modulation. "This is High Chronicler Valeth of the Etherian Collective. Our world dies. Our children weep. We who have never known war face extinction at the hands of those who know nothing else. This message travels all spectrums, seeking any who might hear. We offer our knowledge, our culture, our gratitude. We ask only for survival. Please, if anyone hears this, we have 7 rotations before the shields fail completely." The message repeated. Chen stared at the screen, her mind racing through protocols that suddenly seemed inadequate for the moment. Humanity's first contact with alien life wasn't supposed to be like this. "Ma'am?" Rodriguez waited for orders. "Priority 1 transmission to Space Command. Wake up everyone who matters." "And Rodriguez?" "Yes, Colonel?" "Start calculating how fast our ships can get there." The Council of Wolves. The emergency session of the United Earth Defense Council convened in a hardened bunker beneath Geneva. Holographic. Displays showed the alien signal's origin point, trajectory calculations, and preliminary xenobiological analyses. Admiral David Kim, commanding officer of the Solar Defense Fleet, stood before assembled leaders from every major nation. The signal originates from the Kepler 7 system, 12.3 light-years from Earth. Based on linguistic analysis and embedded mathematical proofs, we're confident this is genuine first contact. Chinese Representative Wei Zheng leaned forward. "And they're asking for military intervention?" "They're asking for survival," Kim corrected. "The attacking species, these Korthak, appear to be raiders. Pirates, essentially. The Etherians describe themselves as a peaceful civilization with no military capabilities." American President James Foster drummed his fingers on the table. "What are our options?" Kim activated another display. The battle groups Normandy, Midway, and Trafalgar are currently engaged in exercises near the Saturn defensive perimeter. They're our newest vessels, equipped with Zhao Abdullah FTL drives. At maximum burn, they could reach Kepler-7 in 9 days. 9 days. Russian Representative Anastasia Volkov mused. The message said 7 rotations. Do we know their day cycle? Preliminary analysis suggests 31 hours per rotation. We'd arrive with time to spare, if we leave immediately. The room fell silent. European Union Chancellor Marie Dubois finally voiced what everyone was thinking. This could be a trap. We know nothing about these species. For all we know, the peaceful Etherians could be the aggressors. Or, Indian Prime Minister Rajesh Patel countered, this could be exactly what it appears, a cry for help from a dying civilization. The question isn't whether this is risky. The question is, what kind of species do we want to be? Admiral Kim pulled up tactical assessments. If I may, our ships were designed to fight. The Normandy alone carries enough firepower to sterilize a moon. We've spent 3 generations preparing for threats we hoped would never come. Now someone's asking for help, and we have the means to provide it. At what cost? Zhang pressed. We reveal ourselves to the galaxy. We potentially make enemies of these Korthak. We risk our ships, our people. President Foster stood. When the Jews fled Egypt, when refugees fled Syria, when boats capsized in the Mediterranean, there were always those who said helping was too dangerous, too costly, too risky. He looked around the room. We're the children of Earth. We've survived. Ice ages, plagues, wars that nearly ended our species. We've looked into the abyss and spit in its eye. Someone out there is about to learn what that means. The vote was close, 7-5. But it was enough. Departure. 3 days later, the United Forces of Earth prepared for humanity's first interstellar military intervention. The UES Normandy, flagship of Battle Group Alpha, stretched 2 kilometers from bow to stern. Its hull, forged from exotic alloys in zero-gravity foundries, could withstand direct hits from nuclear warheads. Its weapon systems, never fired in anger, included railguns that could accelerate projectiles to significant fractions of light speed. Captain Thomas Marshall stood on the bridge, watching final preparations. His crew of 800 represented humanity's best: physicists, soldiers, diplomats, and engineers from every corner of Earth. All stations report ready for departure, announced Commander Lisa Park, his executive officer. Marshall nodded. Open shipwide comm. Throughout the Normandy and her sister ships Verdun and Leyte Gulf, 4,000 humans paused in their duties. Crew of Battle Group Alpha, Marshall began. We embark on a mission unlike any in human history. We go not as conquerors, but as protectors, not as judges, but as neighbors. The galaxy is about to learn that humans answer calls for help, that we stand with those who cannot stand alone. All hands, prepare for jump. The 3 warships, accompanied by support vessels and troop transports, aligned their FTL drives. Space twisted around them, reality bending to human will and engineering. As the fleet vanished into the void, Earth held its breath. They had answered the call. Now, they would learn what price the galaxy would exact for compassion. The Crimson Dawn fleet, through the veil of stars, the inside of an FTL bubble defied human comprehension. Reality stretched and compressed simultaneously, stars becoming ribbons of light that seemed to sing in frequencies only the soul could hear. For 9 days, Battle Group Alpha existed in this twilight realm between dimensions, racing toward a destiny none could fully predict. Captain Thomas Marshall stood in the observation lounge of the UES Normandy, watching the cosmic light show with mixed emotions. Behind him, his senior staff gathered for their daily briefing. Medical reports increasing cases of transit sickness, Chief Medical Officer Dr. Yuki Tanaka announced. Nothing serious, but about 30% of crew are experiencing the usual symptoms: nausea, temporal displacement sensations, and vivid dreams. The dreams are getting more specific, added ship's psychologist Dr. Amara Okafor. Multiple. Crew members report seeing crystalline structures and hearing what they describe as singing mathematics. It's consistent across all three ships. Marshall turned from the window. Could be quantum entanglement effects. We're heading toward a distress signal broadcast with enough power to reach Earth. Some resonance isn't unexpected. Or, suggested Science Officer Dr. James Wright, we're experiencing first contact on a level we don't understand yet. The Etherians mentioned they're partially photonic beings. Perhaps consciousness itself operates differently for them. Commander Lisa Park checked her tactical display. Whatever the cause, we need everyone sharp when we drop out of FTL. Latest. Calculations put us arriving in 37 hours. That gives the Etherians about 18 hours before their stated shield failure. Cutting it close, Marshall muttered. What's our tactical assessment? Lieutenant Colonel Angela Torres, commander of the shipboard Marine contingent, activated a holographic display. Based on the distress signals data, we're facing approximately 25 Korthak vessels, mostly converted freighters with weapons bolted on. Think Somali pirates with fusion reactors. Their technology appears crude but effective. Heavy armor, kinetic weapons, and what look like mining lasers repurposed for combat. And our opposition's ground forces? Marshall asked. Unknown numbers, but the Etherians described them as living stone that consumes light. Silicon-based biology from a high-gravity world. They'll be physically stronger than us, but slower. Our powered armor should compensate for the strength. Differential. Should being the operative word, Park noted. We're about to enter combat with two species we've never encountered, in an environment we don't understand, to save people we've only seen in a 30-second video. Welcome to the future, Commander, Marshall replied dryly. Any doubts about the mission? Park straightened. None, sir. Just stating facts. The crew's ready. Whatever's waiting for us, we'll handle it. Warriors of Earth in the bowels of the Normandy. Master Sergeant Elena Vasquez supervised combat drills in the main training bay. 200 Marines in full Titan class. Powered armor ran through breach scenarios, their half-ton suits moving with surprising grace. Rodriguez, watch your six. Kowalski, tighten that formation. Vasquez barked through the comm. The suits, painted in adaptive camouflage that currently showed starfield patterns, could withstand direct hits from anti-tank weapons. Each carried enough firepower to level a city block. Private First Class James Murphy, fresh from Luna Academy, struggled with the gravity adjustments. The ship maintained Earth-normal gravity, but the armor's systems were already adapting to Kepler-7b's reported 0.6 G environment. Having trouble, Boot? Sergeant Chen asked, steadying the younger Marine. Trying to imagine fighting in lower gravity, Sergeant. Everything feels floaty. Chen's helmet display showed a grim smile. Better floaty than crushed. Intel says these Korthak come from a world with 3 times Earth gravity. They'll be like walking tanks. Then we'll be fighter jets, Vasquez cut in. Speed and firepower, against mass and armor. Story of human warfare since David met Goliath. In the fighter bay, Wing Commander Jack Thompson briefed his pilots. 60 SF-88 Void Eagles sat in launch cradles, their swept wings folded like sleeping birds of prey. Each fighter carried enough ordnance to devastate a small moon. Remember, people, we don't know their electronic warfare capabilities. Expect jamming, expect interference. Trust your training and trust your wingman. These Korthak may have been raiding defenseless civilians, but assume they know their business. Lieutenant Sarah Kim raised her hand. Sir, rules of engagement? Thompson's expression hardened. We're responding to a distress call from a civilian population under attack. ROE is simple. Protect the innocent, stop the aggressors. But I want prisoners if possible. We need intel on who these Korthak are and why they're doing this. And the Etherians, sir? First contact protocols? Leave that to the diplomats. Our job is to keep them alive long enough for the talking to start. The weight of Command Admiral Kim monitored the fleet's progress from his command center on Earth. The Joint Chiefs had given him overall authority for Operation Distant Thunder, though operational command remained with Marshall. The weight of the decision pressed on him more each day. Latest intel analysis, Admiral, his aide reported. NSA and MI6 agree. The distress signal's emotional modulation patterns indicate genuine distress. Linguistic analysis suggests the Etherians have a complex, peaceful culture. Lots of terms for art, science, and philosophy. Almost no military vocabulary. Kim studied the reports. And the Korthak? Based on the Etherian descriptions and our xenobiologists' extrapolations, aggressive, hierarchical, possibly a warrior, culture. The fact they're using converted civilian ships suggests they're not a formal military power, raiders or pirates as we suspected. Sir, another aide interrupted. You asked to be notified. 17 more countries have pledged support if we need reinforcements. The UN Security Council is in emergency session discussing protocols for future first contact situations. Kim nodded absently. Politics would sort themselves out. Right now, 4,000 humans were racing toward the unknown because someone had asked for help. The simplicity of it appealed to him even as the complexity terrified him. His secure line chimed. President Foster appeared on screen, looking haggard. Jim, Kim said informally. They'd known each other since the academy. Dave, how are you holding up? Wondering if we've just changed human history forever. Foster managed a tired smile. We did that the moment we voted to help. The question now is whether we've changed it for better or worse. The crews are ready. Marshall's a good commander. If anyone can handle first contact under fire, it's him. I know. Dave. Whatever happens out there, we made the right choice. When someone calls for help, you answer. It's what makes us human. After Foster signed off, Kim stared at the star chart showing Battle Group Alpha's position. In 30 hours, humanity would announce itself to the galaxy, not with words or mathematics, but with actions. They would arrive as warriors, but fighting for peace. He hoped the galaxy was ready for what humans considered help.